institutions of high learning on daily basis. Your Excellency, as stated earlier, the theme of this year's Labor Day seeks to recognize and appreciate you for your commitment towards enhancing the infrastructure growth of this country and specifically areas that were traditionally marginalized. On behalf of Kenyan workers, allow me, Your Excellency, to thank you for your boldness. You are a bold president. You are very bold to have come up with projects that most of the presidents shied away from. One, Your Excellency, is affordable housing, which has changed the face of the Republic of Kenya. You go everywhere, you land in Kisumu, it's unimaginable. The other one is the one that you have embarked on to make sure that from Rironi up to Malaba, and as you have been requested, it will be so good also to have a radio station at Luanda, and we support that. That will be a wonderful project on the SGR side and on the new express highway that you are now working on from Rironi to Malaba. Your Excellency, lastly, we ask you, you know you are in the process of coming up with National Economic and Social Council, and on this council, workers used to be represented. When finally it is in place, let court be represented. Your Excellency, as it has been stated, we recently, and I want to thank your Minister for Labor and the entire Labor Ministry fraternity, they did a commendable job during our recently concluded court elections, which your government allowed court as a free and independent workers' labor movement to regulate itself under the supervisory mechanism provided for by your Minister of Labor, and it was so wonderful that we concluded elections without any problems at all and or any interference. Your Excellency, even as we celebrate this year's Labor Day, I am compelled to humbly remind you that the Minister of Labor is here to ratify ILO Convention 189 and 190. This is even after Your Excellency assured Kenyan workers last year during the Labor Day celebrations that the ratifications would take place soon after last year's Labor Day. Your Excellency, I, on behalf of millions of domestic workers, urge you to ensure that the ratification of these two critical conventions that have since been ratified by other countries are equally ratified by our country, by our nation. Your Excellency, the problem on the labor market today globally is outsourcing. Outsourcing is not bad, but Kenyan outsourced companies have a feeling that those employees under their ambits must be exploited. The Minister of Labor, he promised, has got to come out with a policy on outsourcing in this country, as it has been recommended by the International Labour Organization that any outsourced staff and is on your premises must enjoy terms and conditions of service as per the prevailing collective bargaining agreement of that particular industry. Your Excellency, we wish to implore to you more than ensure that all relevant government agencies ensure that outsourced companies also pay statutory deductions, hawalipi kodi, hawalipi kitu chochote. This is a big avoid of making sure that Kenya government collects revenue from them. Your Excellency, we happen in our midst to have the managing trustee of NSSF. Let me take this opportunity to thank you for the vision and leadership that you have exhibited towards making the National Social Security Fund a leading pension scheme in Africa that is responsive not only in eradicating old age poverty, but also meeting the infrastructure demands. Your Excellency, I used to admire Tanzania and NSSF because it came up with several government projects, including putting up parliament in Dodoma, police stations everywhere in Tanzania, and also in the area of energy, and the latest President Nelson Mandela, University of Technology in Arusha, and now I think that is where our current NSSF is heading. Your Excellency, in 2024 and 2025, the NSSF has recorded double-digit returns of 11% and 17%, making it one of the best well-managed workers' funds in the region. We kindly ask you to allow more workers and employers representatives to sit on the board. Say, for example, workers should provide 4 instead of 2, and employers should provide 4 instead of 2, so that we assist the CEO and his team to efficiently manage this workers' fund. Your Excellency, we wish to draw your attention to the growing challenges facing Kenyan workers within the EPZ under the Export Processing Zone Authority, where we are witnessing the emergence of companies not honoring freely negotiated collective bargaining agreements. Briefly, Your Excellency, let me touch on Social Health Authority. We have heard a lot of noises and so on, more so coming from our institutions and workers and other interested organizations. When we carried out research, Your Excellency, we found that you meant very well when you established the Social Health Authority. But as a member of that board, I can tell you for free that the problem that SHA is facing is internal. Otherwise, SHA has done a commendable job. And also, the problem is of mixing 2 acts, one for Digital Health Authority and which is independent, with that one of SHA, 2 independent acts of parliament, away from the one that established SHA. As I'm talking to you, Your Excellency, SHA does not administer the information communication system under Taifa Care platform, which is supposed to monitor the entire expenditure of SHA, and also if SHA is given full administrative of that particular platform, other than this being worked out by the DHA, that will be the end of conflicts between the insured organizations and service providers. You can look at that. Meanwhile, those are administrative issues. I have talked to the minister concerned, and I think if they are looked into that SHA